not tell anyone ever to do it. It is bad. That would lead on to mushrooms. I say that I've done them twice because I've only tripped on them twice. I've tried them 3 times. The first time that I ate them was with this close friend yet again, and it was crazy. We ate them on top of a piece of pizza, which was a good idea. If not throwing it out there for anyone to do it, but if you were to do it, that would be the way to do it, in my opinion. Um, we ate them. The dried ones are definitely the better ones, and we waited for about, I'd say 45, 50 minutes, maybe even a little bit sooner than that, but I think we ate about an eighth between us. It was my first time, and I didn't get it was a really strong tingly feeling that started to well up in my stomach right around that time, and it sort of spread throughout my whole body and to all my limbs, and I lost cognitive movement in my fingers. It was like everything was delayed. If I would go to move my finger, it would move a couple of seconds after I intended it to. It sounded like all the noises around me, it sounded like I had paper towel rolls taped to my ears, and everything was very far away. It was an extremely crazy experience. Um, as far as life-changing, I would put it pretty high up there, right below what I'm going to explain next. The second time I ate shrooms wasn't a big deal. It was pretty much more or less the same thing. But I did them by myself that time, and it wasn't as much fun. It's definitely more fun with more people. But LSD, that was the last one that I wanted to talk about. LSD, or lysergic dimethylide, it is without a doubt the most life-changing experience that's ever happened in my life, and I'm gonna be pretty in-depth here. I'm not even honestly sure how I stand on this. I wouldn't condone the use of it recreationally. I've never started a drug recreationally. It was always intended as a way to enrich my mind, to unlock doors. But LSD is, it'll kick your damn door down, I'll tell you that much. The first time that I tried it, it was a, it was paper hits, which, just so you know, they're the worst. Don't get them, ever. They're almost always duds, and they suck. But I took 3 of them, and this was a rare time when they were actually very strong. I got them from someone that I knew, and it took a good hour and 15 minutes before it kicked in, and I was almost sure that I had wasted $30 and that this was a pointless effort. But I was playing Grand Theft Auto. Me and the close friend, of course. He was there too. We were playing Grand Theft Auto, and I remember putting myself into the game. I remember thinking about what it would really be like to rip an old lady out of her car, bash her brains in, and then steal everything she had. And I felt really at touch with my morality then. I thought, like, what we as humans do to each other. We are so close to animals, that it's not even funny. But after the Grand Theft Auto started and or it was over, we played that for another like 30 minutes. But after we were good and going, we walked out to the woods to a fort that we had. This was about probably 12:31 in the morning, completely in the dark with one little flashlight beam to guide us. We lit a fire out there. This was January, so it was cold out there. It was right after my birthday of that year. Lit a fire, and we just sat around it and talked. Just talked about life, talked about the future, the past, where we came from, where we think we're going. I've known this guy for 10, 12 years. I've hung out with him all the time. And I found out so many things about him that I never knew that night, and it's weird when you learn things about someone that you think you know so well. Like, this dude's like a brother to me, and he's telling me things that I would have never guessed, and it's just... I remember coming home that night, probably about 5 hours into it, on the downside of it, right after the plateau, and looking in the mirror, and putting my hand up against the mirror, and watching my entire hand turn to bone in front of me. My arms, my chest, I didn't have a shirt on, everything just turned to bone right in front of me. And I looked in the mirror, and the skin started to come back over my face. But it wasn't my skin. It was my dad. I looked just like my dad. And if anyone has seen my other videos, that's a really horrible subject to me. I hate my father. I don't hate him, but I have a lot of problems with him, and that was one of the craziest experiences that I've ever had in my life. That was something that told me back then, you're going down a really bad path that you're in, and you need to get your shit together now. And I did. I have not done any of those drugs since, as far as like the psychedelics. Ecstasy, never again. I've never tried cocaine. I've never tried PCP, heroin, meth. None of that. That's just, that gets in the scumbag territory in my books. But yeah, I am a person that uses pot regularly, and if you don't agree with that, then you don't have to agree with that. You can get over it. That's why you'll see me stuttering in my videos. That's why you'll see me acting like a retard at times. That's why you'll see me acting absent-minded, because there are times where I don't want to deal with reality, and like most people, I get out of there by chilling, by personally medicating. So, I guess that's been a pretty long drug rant right there. Yeah, that was just a lot of information to give you guys all at once. My throat's actually a little bit sore after this, so it looks like this is going to be a good 2 parts anyway. But I got a little bit more time, so I guess let's go on to something that's not about drugs. My past, I guess. I was born and raised in Virginia Beach. I have been out of the country several times. I've been to St. Croix, the Virgin Islands. I went there a lot when I was younger for vacations, and it's a beautiful place. Somewhere I'd love to live one day. And that's what's weird. I would either love to live in one of the most tropical places on Earth, or one of the least tropical places on Earth, which is Colorado. I love Colorado. I love the mountains. I love everything about it. Realistically, that's probably where I'm gonna end up. But I was born and raised in Virginia Beach. When I was younger, I was really into basketball. I played basketball for, they call it Courthouse around here. It's like a youth league. Played for the Magic, the Cavaliers, the Celtics, and I think that's all of them. I played for about 5-6 years. But that was right around the time that I started going into middle school, and life got kind of difficult then, got picked on a lot, and I kind of lost any kind of self-esteem and quit sports. So right around then was when I kind of gave up on the athletic career. I do enjoy tennis, I enjoy wall ball, I enjoy a lot of sports, especially nowadays when I can just play it with people I enjoy to be around and not just the dickheads that are from school or whatever. There's a little insight to my high school, well, not high school is alright, but my middle school career. Got a lot of flack back then. High school is when I kind of came into myself a bit more and people started to accept me. But yeah, that's a story for a different video. Where I want to be in the future. In the future, I would love to have a work at home job, creating logos and or characters for a video game, a company. I'm really into graphic design, I'm really into drawing, and I'm also really into writing. I would love to publish one of my books one day. That's one another little fact about me is I have a tattoo on my upper right thigh that says Revolution. It was done by an old friend that I don't communicate with anymore. A lot of shit went down there, but it was probably not a safe tattoo. I made sure I used a brand new needle and everything, and I did get a blood test since, but yeah. It says Revolution, which is the title of the first book that I've ever written. Wrote it at 17 years old when I was in an extremely depressed state, and it's pretty much all the thoughts of a person who is on the brink of ending it all. Not saying that I was ever necessarily at that point, but I was very close to it for about 3 years actually. Let's see. I would love to have a wife, kids, a meager estate. I've never been into large houses. I'd like to have a lot of land, acreage, four-wheelers, dirt bikes. I'm really into animals, so wouldn't mind owning a ranch, honestly. I'm a southern person. I've been raised southern. Even though I live near a metropolis, Virginia Beach has grown so much since I first started living here. I still have really traditional values and really traditional goals in life, and I don't live for the New York apartment. I live for the rural wooded area where you have the mile-long driveway and you can shoot bottle rockets or fireworks without anyone giving you shit. But that's just me personally. No, computer, turn back on. Turn back on. Don't go into hibernate. There we go. Okay. But, yeah, this video is running on way too long. It's probably going to be like 3 parts now, so thank you all for watching so much. I will definitely give you guys more information about myself as we keep going and I keep progressing and making more videos. This is just a general video to give you guys a little bit of a feel for who I am. I know that it's kind of scatterbrained and all over the place, but I'd like to narrow down each topic into its own separate set of videos eventually, so I hope you all enjoyed my introduction. More gameplay footage is on its way, of course, and I would like to just say thank you all once again for watching. This has been Gonzo Not, and Gonzo out.